fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Monday the 21st of October 2024. I've had a horrible night's sleep. Rather, I've had a horrible night without sleep, because that's the problem. I just couldn't sleep last night. It rained for hours and hours, and that kept me awake basically the whole night. I honestly, I think I've had 2 hours sleep for the whole night, which is not good enough, considering I have to go out to work today and also walk to several places that are quite some distance. So I'm not looking forward to today, to be honest with you, but I will manage to play this game of Sudoku because it's a beginner level game, and I will play it, explain the rules of Sudoku to newcomers. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new at Sudoku or new to the channel. Before I get on with that, during the night, some things I did to try to sleep were listen to the radio with the timer on, which often works. Didn't work. As soon as the timer stopped the radio, I switched it back on. I switched the timer again for another 30 minutes to listen to some more stuff. One of the things I was listening to was the referendum in Moldova, and the fact that the BBC were reporting that bags of cash were coming in from Russia to pay people to vote in the right way. And some people were complaining, or they've been paid, but they haven't been paid. Rather, they were promised to be paid, but they haven't been paid, and stuff like that. You would think that vote buying is illegal in most countries, but maybe not in America, where most corruption is actually legal. America could be the most corrupt country on the planet, I think. Although people complain about countries in Asia and Africa being corrupt, their corruption is illegal. It happens, yes, it happens, of course. But in America, everything's allowed, it seems. So Elon Musk is offering some kind of lottery prize or something like that to people who vote, who agree to sign his register to vote, offering up to $1 million a day or something like that. Sounds very dodgy to me. Sounds like vote buying to me. But I guess if people do find it to be illegal, they will press charges, but maybe not, because, you know, he's the world's richest man and nobody can touch him. A bit like Trump, nobody can touch him, even though he's already been found guilty of 34 charges. Life just goes on, doesn't it? And seemingly nothing much happens. Anyway, all right, let's get on with the game of Sudoku, shall we? How do we play this game? So we've got 9 squares in every row across. We've got 9 squares in every column down or up, if you prefer. And we've also got 9 squares in each of these smaller blocks there that you can see outlined in black. So there are 81 squares, some of which have already been filled in, as you can see, with numbers. So you can guess, I suppose, that the rest of the grid needs to be filled in with numbers in a similar way. The smallest number is 1, the biggest number is 9. Why is that? Because there's only 9 squares in each block, each column, and each row. So we use logic to find the answer. How do we go about doing that kind of thing? Well, let's look at this row across the middle here. Look, see, we've got a lot of numbers already. There are only 2 empty squares in this row here. So let's see what numbers we've got. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So what numbers are we missing? We're missing 1 and 2 to have the whole series from 1 to 9. And that means that 1 and 2 must go into these 2 empty squares here. Now, actually, we can tell which goes where, because there are only 9 squares in each column, each row, and each block. And that means that if the number is already in a row or a column, it cannot be in it again. What do I mean? We have a 1 in this column already. It means that 1 can't reappear because there are only 9 squares to fill in with digits. So there can't be another digit number 1 here. So that means that this square here is going to have to be number 1. Or I could say, look, here's digit number 2. Here's digit 2, blocking everything in that column. So we know that 2 is going to be there. So in fact, we know both of the, we could tell from either digit 1 or digit 2 that 1 is here and 2 is here. 1 has to be here because 1 stops this square from being a 1 and 2 stops this square from being a 2. There you go. Got that? That's all the information we basically need to know to fill in these games of Sudoku. Basically just variations on a theme, a kind of Paganini style. We've got 7 blocking up here, 7 blocking down here. That's going to put 7 into that square there, because that's the only possible place where a 7 can go after this 7 blocks down here and this 7 blocks up there. When I say blocks, I mean refuses to allow. 8 refuses to allow either of these 2 squares to be 8, so 8 has to be in the only remaining square, which is here. Getting the idea now? And the missing digits here and here have to be 6 and 9. How do I know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have 6 anywhere. 7, 8, and we don't have 9. So we know that 6 and 9 have to be in these 2 squares here. Can we say which is 6 and which is 9? When we look across here for any 6s or 9s, we say we don't see any. So you might say, oh, well, okay, so we know that's 6 and 9, but we can't do anything else. Well, the truth is we can do one more thing, which is not find which is 6 and which is 9, but we can do something else. We know that one of these squares is 6. Now, we've also got a 6 down here, so we know that 6 blocks up here like this, and we know that 6 blocks across here like this, so none of these blue squares can be 6. And now we know that 6 is either here or here. And if 6 is here, it's going to block up there. And if 6 is here, it's still going to block up there. So we know that this square can't be 6, because 6 will eventually be in one of these 2 squares here. So that means, again, 6 must go in that square there. That's the only possible place. We're going to do something similar again. Now we've got 6 blocking down here and 6 blocking across here like this. So what do we know? In this section here, down in the bottom left, we know that 6 is either here or here. Can't be anywhere else, right? And if it's here, it's going to block across the row. And if it's here, it's going to block across the row. Excuse me, it's going to block across this row. So none of these 3 squares over here can be 6. Now we've got 6 blocking across here and 6 blocking down here. So this, because we know that 6 is either here or here, it means that we know that this square can't be 6. So 6 has to be there. We'll have to rest on the 6s at the moment, because there's nothing else we can do with 6s just at the moment. We'll come back and look at them later. Meanwhile, we'll look at 3. 3 blocks up here, 3 blocks across here. You know where the 3 goes. Yes, it goes there. 3 blocks. Now this 3 that we just put in, blocks across here, 3 blocks across here, 3 blocks up here, giving me 3 in that square. Can't do any more on the 3s at the moment. Right, what else do we have that's nicely available for us? Where are we? There must be something good here. I'm not seeing anything, so I'm going to click on the digits one by one to save a bit of time, because if you're playing on a computer, if you highlight one number and it highlights the other instances of that number, it can make things a lot easier to see. It's not cheating or anything. See, 2. It just makes it easier to see. Focuses your attention, really. 2 blocking up here, 2 blocking up here. And that puts 2 into that square there. Three we can't do anything about just yet. 4 blocks up here and across there, so that'll give me a 4 in that square there. My head is spinning, I'm so tired. By the way, if any regulars to the game, if any regulars to the channel are listening, there may not be any other Sudoku today. I've got a busy day and I'm so exhausted. I'm not sure that when I get back tonight I'll be able to play anything. We'll see. I'll do my best, but possibly not. Okay, we've got 7 blocking up here, across there, and across there. So that's going to put 7 into that corner square there. Now again, we'll do this 8 blocking across here and up here means that we know that 8 is either here or here. Doesn't matter which one it's in, but it's going to block across like this. Now we've got 8 blocking up here and 8 blocking across there. So we know that that has to be an 8. Then we say 8 blocking down here, and across there gives us an 8 in that square. 8 across here. See how we're using the numbers that we put in to help us find the next iteration of that digit. That's normally the right thing to do. Now 9 blocks this square here. We don't have 9 in this column yet. So we know there's only one other possible place where it can go, which is up there. And now there's only one empty square for this block, and that's going to be a 5 if you look through. And then we see in this column the last number to get is 5 again. Now in this column here, row here, sorry, we don't yet have a 4, we're missing 4, but we have 4 blocking here and 4 blocking there. So this is going to be a 4 in that square there. Now the missing numbers for this row now are 1 and 3. Hopefully you've spotted that this one blocks that square there. And this is the one here. And now if that was too fast for you, if any of this is too fast, you can go back and watch again, of course. And I recommend you do that if it seems to be too quick. Go back and rewatch, which will help me with my Sudoku, my channel views as well. 3 fits in there. You know, when you're making a YouTube channel, people always ask you to play it. You know, subscribe, like and subscribe. Do some things, like and subscribe, and share the puzzle if you share the channel video if you can with somebody else, and also watch it more than once if you like. 1 blocking up here, 1 blocking up here, especially if it's instructional. Hopefully this is vaguely instructional, although I'm not sure just how well I'm doing this morning, to be honest with you. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's got to be a 9. Now 9 blocks down here, 9 blocks down here. That gives me a 9 in this square. There's only one missing digit for this column, which is also a 9. And now there's only one number missing in this block, and that's got to be a 1. 1 blocks across here, that gives me a 1 in this square. Then we have 1 blocking up here and across here. Just immediately take the number you've put in and see where it leads. 1 blocking down here, or 1 across there, gives me a 1 in that square. There are 2 empty squares here. Let's investigate and see what's missing. 2 and 4 are lacking in this column. We've got 4 blocking there, so that's the 4. And now the last number is 2. Still to get over here are 6 and 5. Now this time we can't say which is which, so we don't know. But we can say that one of these is 6, and that means in over here where we still need 6 and 9. Well, we know now that this can't be a 6 because 6 will be either here or here. So we know that the 6 is there, and now the 9 goes there. There are 3 empty squares here. Let's see what's missing. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 7. So we're missing 5, 8 and 9. We've got 9 blocking up here and 9 blocking down here. So there's the 9. Now we've got 5 and 8 to get. 8 blocks up here. So there's our 8. And the 5 fits here. Okay, not much more to go now. We've done a lot of it. 2, 7, Let's re-examine what. Let's see what goes in these two squares here. If we work out what goes here, which is 4 and 6, then we know that these two squares can't be 4 or 6. They have to be 2 and 7 here. This also is 2 and 7 for this column. We can't say, we don't see any help there yet. If this is 2 and 7, the missing numbers here have to be 4 and 5. That does help because now we have the 4 blocking down here. So there's the 4 and there is the 5. Okay. 7 blocks down here. Actually, I can't miss that already. There was a 7 up there, I just didn't see it. 7 is there, then 2 is there. And if you're new to this channel, you'll find me missing numbers at any level. Easy game to difficult game, I miss stuff. Sometimes embarrassingly badly, but that's okay because you can't see me. Anyway, 2 is up here. You can see me. I do appear in some of these videos actually. I'm not hiding away or anything like that. I just look a real mess in the morning and decided not to go on camera because it's much more convenient not to. 8 blocks across here. There's the 8 and the missing number here is 5. 5 blocks across here. That gives me 5 in that square. And there's one more number for this row, which I think is a 4. 4 blocks down here. There's a 4. The last number to get here is 6. And 6 blocks up there. There's our 6. And the last number here is 5. So that's how to play Sudoku. Go back a couple of months for Monday games if you like to play. If you need more instruction, because for the last couple of months I've been busy going out to work, whereas before that I had plenty of time to play on a Monday and explain the games. So anyway, that's it for today. Certainly for this morning. I might be back in the evening with a more difficult game, but maybe not. Let's find out. Anyway, take care. Bye-bye.